So here we are back again with a little more Lego Indiana Jones. Now, as I probably said before, Temple of Doom is not really my favorite of the Indiana Jones movies. Mostly because I don't really do well with the whole blood and gore thing. In fact, I remember even when I first watched this as a kid, I found it kind of traumatizing. But yet I think I found the Goonies actually worse in my opinion. But the main thing I will say good about Temple of Doom is that this opening shot in this level of Indy whipping this guy before he can hit the kid, that's like peak Indiana Jones. Like, he has never looked any more awesome than in that particular scene. At least that's my opinion. You can feel free to argue with me on that, but yeah. Let me think. Can you actually... No, invisible wall. That's always been a little bit of a pet peeve of mine when it comes to game design, is whenever they have to have invisible walls like that. I prefer solid walls. Like, if you can't go there, don't make it look like I can. But I will admit, there are just a few times where they do have to be used. Let's see, is it supposed to be put around here? Oh. Oops! I completely ruined the level right off the bat. Okay. Well, let's start back from square one. In the meantime, I think I better turn up the volume a little bit because, I don't know, this just seems a little low to me. Just gonna turn the knob a little bit. Okay. Let's try this again. And this time, do not throw the crate to the ground. Actually, come to think of it, I could have just destroyed the crate and then it probably would have respawned back there. In fact, I think if I just threw it into a pit, that would have taken care of it. Oh well, if nothing else, get to see the shot of peak Indiana Jones all over again. Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to skip the cutscene, but it's short, so unlike any Call of Duty games where the cutscene's like 10 minutes and you just want to get to the game, it's not as distracting. Okay, there's the invisible wall. I'm just gonna break all this stuff. The more studs, the merrier. Now, if I remember correctly, there is another one of those Star Wars characters hidden within this level. Let's see if I can find him. I think I remember who it is, but we'll see when we get there. I'm kind of thinking it's more towards the end, and it's in a pretty obscure location. The only problem is after this, I don't know where the other one is. There are 5 in total, and I've revealed 3 of them. This will be the 4th, if I'm able to find them alright. So, we'll see. I find it funny, I say, I'm probably not going to do 100% run of this, but... nah, I probably am, in all honesty. I was about to say, where's my stuff? I worked hard on that. I had to throw the block. Well, in fact, I had to restart the level because I forgot about putting the block in the right place. Don't fall into the pit. There we go. Whoops. Come on, pick up the crate. So there we go. Just start the level and I'm already at peak femininity, so to speak. Darn. I can't help thinking there was a way that if you kind of position yourself just right on it, you could actually ride it some other way. Maybe I missed the blue stud. Yeah, well, there's one over the pit here at least. And go up. Dang it. Why am I swinging? I don't want to swing! Okay, fine. If I have to swing, I'll swing. There is probably a sentence that can be taken out of context. I was hoping to say something a bit more joking or quippy, but it just wasn't that one. Unfortunately, there's no funny hat that I can put on. Or could it be a turban? I think I had this conversation in another episode, didn't I? And once again, if anybody wanted to chime in and be like, so that's actually a, and then list the name of the ceremonial headdress, go ahead and tell me. It's always kind of weird how there's like a loading screen here, but somehow it remembers both. Like if there were studs on that side, you could still collect them over here. Which in a ways I think that's pretty clever game design. Ah, okay. So I can actually get the treasure. Bring it on! Ah, we got the crossbows now. Arm yourself, Willie. Is it really that much responsibility? I do love the idea of this just to scream up and warm. There we go. Come on, get in there. No! Well, the name of the episode is Free the Slaves. Which I'm doing that now. There's the switch. And that's probably the biggest thing I'll say about Temple of Doom is people talk about the idea of does the PG rating mean anything anymore? Temple of Doom is rated PG. No, it does not. There is nothing that the movie did back then that could be done in a PG movie today. Gotta send a cart across. I remember the first time I did this section as a kid, it took me at least a few, maybe an hour or so to figure this out. So you see, you take this, you put it on top of the green spot right here, and then you go over here and you whip it across. That was meant to be kind of an indicator, but I think, now I've praised the game design of this game already, but this is one of the few faults I will say. I do like the idea that they try to give you practice as to be able to, how to get this piece across. But how it should have been done is that you should have been able to put that piece on the little brick right here. It would have placed there, and then this little wooden area would have illuminated like other pieces of the whip. And then from there you could get a better idea of what's going on. And why is Willie just continually committing suicide? Is my commentary that boring that you just swat out? But anyway, and then you just kind of whip it across each time. And I think one of the other issues I have as well on the whole game design aspect is any other time you have a piece and you throw it in the wrong spot, usually it just keeps bouncing until it dies. So the idea that it's different here, I feel like it could have just been done a little better. But all the same, there are other aspects of the game design that I think are worth studying in this game. Not as much as, say, Portal 2, but it's definitely something to make a note of. Remember, that was one of the fun things, so in college, there was a game design course, and I just remember one of my friends at the time was enrolled in that major and whatnot. And I remember on the syllabus for game design, it specifically said one of the things you needed was Portal 2 installed. Like, it was required, like a textbook or anything. And I have not played Portal 2, but from what people tell me, it is definitely a great tool when it comes to the art of game design. So there's a little bit of a tangent I was talking about my days in college. It's not something I very often talk about on the show. But I don't think there's really been much of a reason to do so. Oh yeah, Willie's got the wrench. It's taking too long. Best bigs! Best big! Ooh, 2 times. Yeah, baby! To quote Austin Powers. Actually, I need him to go up there. And up the ladder. It's an elevator. Or if perhaps you're in the UK, you would call it a lift. I do wonder if any other parts of the world call it a lift instead of an elevator. Probably other countries that used to be under British rule, I believe. And I was hoping to really do something more with that cage, be able to get to my studs. Take it, I've got a long range weapon, why am I not using it? No! Actually, I stand corrected. It looks like the pieces that are being dropped are indeed staying dropped. Hopefully I won't need the shovel, but I think it comes back. Alright, Willie, can you take care of it for me? I need to get this piece to the other side. Hoorah! Get back there. There you go. Press the button. Just like that. Well, I'm probably going to need some dynamite to blow up that little chasm there. Aha! Well, hopefully I'm not going to need the wrench further on. Go! Actually, I can just pick up the wrench, so yeah. I'll pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, I missed the blue one. Yes, this, I'm pretty sure, is where that extra Star Wars character is. See if I can remember this. As I probably mentioned, it's been years since I've attempted to 100% the game. I remember it was like on the very edge. Like here, perhaps. Nope. Further along. Yes. Yes, this looks correct. This way. Aha, there it is. So I need a bazooka trooper, and I need bazooka trooper. I make it sound like a Super Mario character. And then I need somebody with a hat, so I can get in there and get the Star Wars character. I do remember! It's always kind of refreshing, as growing up I didn't really have the best memory. Either that or I try my best to forget a lot of things, so I convince myself I had a bad memory. But let's not dwell on that. I'm here to have fun. I want to provide fun entertainment, and going into a potentially dark past is not the way to do it. It's kind of funny, you need to pick up the handle so you can grab it. There we go. And you just gotta go up the pole chute, I guess. Get back here. So I did actually need a shovel. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to drop the sword for this. Oh well. I could probably just... Yeah. Shut shovel will come back. The sword, I don't think will. Let's see, is this going to be what will free the slaves? Yes! Run away! Be free! This guy's just glitching out. Interesting. But what in the world is Willie doing now? I need her over here. You just need to go up the stairs. I figured there had to be something around here to come up for. I do like the idea that there's just a screen button for her. So you just go down the coal. I think this is where the machine is. I didn't have to remember years back, I just had to remember a few minutes. And that's why there was the wrench there, of course. Oh. Okay. I kind of thought there'd be something more to it than that, like it would open a door, or maybe it would increase the platform, or something a little different. Oh well. I just need to jump once, stop double jumping. Okay. Dang it. I need estrogen. I know it's not good form to laugh at your own jokes, but I thought that was a good one. So let's see, I gotta destroy all this rubble, looks like. We go around to the section where the Maharaja is doing the boss fight, and we got the big buff kid on. Which, fun fact, apparently this buff guy it's the same actor that played the boxer in Raiders of the Lost Ark. They just used a lot of makeup on him. They just found me very impressive. Killed me. Did you know you shouldn't hit a girl? Actually, what am I doing? There's not really anything I can do because the Maharaja is just going to keep resurrecting him. Here we go. Got your round back. So the interesting thing is, this buff guy I'm fighting, he is also in The Last Crusade as well. However, that particular cameo is a lot harder to spot. I guess he's just a random Nazi officer when the books were being burned. I'd have to look at the article to be sure that it's something like that. Let's see. No one has a shovel. Ow. Okay, if you're not allowed to hit a woman, you can't hit a kid either. What's wrong with you, man? Have some standards. Let's see, can I go this way? No, it's only for the Maharaja. No! It's all about trying to get that perspective. Just like a lot of things in life, if we got the right perspective, we can help with a lot of things. Or even if you had the wrong perspective, at least you can see from different ways of life and whatnot. Right, anyway. Good aim. Smash the kid. You see, it's fine because it's kid-on-kid violence. Boys will be boys after. What is this commentary? I will admit it's a little hot as I'm recording this, and well, it's kind of been a busy day, so odds are I might be a little incoherent. But maybe that's what makes the commentary more interesting. I love how the buff guy is just slowly moseying his way on me. Just kind of like Jaws almost. It's all about like the suspense and whatnot. this room. Okay, this room. No. I can only see dynamite. Damn it. I'm not going to restart the level again. I feel like I can do this. On top of that, I'm so far in, I hate to do that all over again. Oh, I got it. Perhaps if I just throw dynamite at the kid. No. Up there. I'm sure I need a shovel. Yes. Maybe I'm supposed to... What does this do? Oh. So... Well, at least I figured it out. That's the big thing about puzzles you can't figure out in games is... For me, I find it's better to feel like an idiot that you didn't realize it right away than having to look up a walkthrough and going, oh, I could have figured that out. Or even worse is when you look up a walkthrough and you're just kind of like, okay, I would not have got that in a million years. You are not going to put me in the black sleep. At least I think that's what they call it. Oh, I just saw a shovel in there. Mother Maharaj is back. I know he's going to be throwing the boulder. I'll give me that shovel at least. No! There was a shovel in there. Why didn't it drop? Yeah, I'm gonna go in this cave. Anything in there? Anything in this cave? No. I'm gonna guess I just have to throw dynamite at the guy until he blows up. Yeah, that's it. I have to throw the dynamite as he's trying to pick up the boulder, because then as he does so, he drops the boulder on himself. Because if he's just carrying it... Well, I just find that kind of humorous. It's like a 300-pound boulder, and Short Round just shrugs it off like he just got slapped in the face. No! Oh, there's two things of dynamite. Come on, jump. Okay, let's try this now. That's gonna blow up. Okay, here we go. One more time. Nope. It's one of those things. I remember when I first saw that scene as a kid, it completely disturbed me, but after rewatching that scene as an adult, like, you really kind of want the bad guys to suffer horribly like that because of what they did. I mean, they completely ransacked the villains, and then they stole all the kids. So the idea of seeing the villain die in such a horrific way like that was actually kind of fulfilling in a ways. I'm trying to figure out how to say it that it doesn't make me sound like I'm psychotic in any ways. Hopefully you understand what I mean. Of course, that's not the main villain. The main villain is Mole Around, but that's one of his more ruthless henchmen. Okay. If I remember correctly, the next level is the last level. Oh wait. I remember what the next level is. There's actually 2 more, but I hope you will join me for the next level.